Okay, this is the final stage for your annotation before you move on to your refinement. So at this stage, for both concepts, you'll be discussing and annotating the media, the method, and the materials that we use to create each of these concepts. So first things first, you need to set up your folio correctly. So as you'll see in this first image here, you will have two images, one of each concept. So if we look in our folio, you can see here I've got my first concept and my second concept. Then what I've simply done is created a new page and the title development of two concepts with annotation in brackets, and then you can see here I have two different annotations explaining the media, methods and materials that I have used to create these two concepts. So that way, documenting my process and understanding how I've gone about actually bringing those typefaces to life. So when it comes to annotating them, the first step is to list what media, so we're going to focus on media first, you have used and how you have used it. So basically, if we look down in the written example here, I've said I have used computer software as my media. So the media is whatever you've created your work on to create Goldie type. I have utilized Adobe Illustrator to help me manipulate line work and fill colors. So in the second sentence, I've described exactly how I've used the media to create what I have. The next step is to evaluate how using this media worked for or against your design and whether or not you will use it for future development of this concept. So here we go. By using this media, I've been able to quickly edit my mistakes and trial and experiment with line width and color without compromising the design of my concept. So you can see I've used line and color, so I've used my design elements in there, and it is for this particular reason that I'll use Adobe Illustrator to develop my chosen concept. So there we have it, my media annotation complete. My next one, focusing on the method and focusing on how I've used it. So for my method, is literally the method is what your hand has been doing to create your typeface. So it may be hand drawn or it may be digitally drawing. The second part, I've utilized this method of digital drawing to create the smooth rounded curves and sharp tail like serifs for my Goldie type. So we can see there, you may have used hand drawn to create more natural rough textures or rough edges or different line widths. So that might be a focus for hand drawn. And then the next step, describing the for and against. By using this method, I've been able to create an intricate typeface which uses precise angles to create sharp points on each serif. It is for this reason that I'll be using the digital drawing moving forward. So I've given the reason of why I'm going to use the same method moving forward. The last step is to talk about the materials you've used. So literally the materials are the things that have been in your hand while creating whatever typeface. So that may have been pencils, may have been fine liners, might have been a keyboard, might have been a mouse. Okay, so here I've listed the materials that I've used to aid the design of my concept is a computer mouse and a computer keyboard. Then I've listed how I've used it. These materials have helped me to navigate the media in a timely fashion. So that way I haven't had to create everything by hand. I've been able to use the program shortcuts. By using these materials, I was able to quickly mock up my concept, which left me more time to develop other existing concepts. They also allowed me to create a range of controlled, elegant letter forms. It is for these reasons that I will use the materials for the development of this concept. So again, just focusing on the for by using these materials and explaining why I'm going to use it for the next stage. On the final page here, we can see how for one concept, how my annotation should look. So there should be 3 small paragraphs that describe what media, what material, and what method I've used. Then go on to how I've used it. Then describe how it's worked for me or against me, and whether I'm going to use it or use something else moving forward. So your final folio should look like this. You should have one of these annotations completed for each concept. After this stage, you'll be moving on to your refinement.